Okay, first of all, let's start with some baseline facts before I give you a lesson on what tariffs are all about. Tariff is a tax, man. Foreign countries don't pay tariffs. I don't give a fuck how many times Donald Trump has told you that. He's wrong, or he's willfully ignorant, or he's lying to manipulate you. Because importers pay the tariff. American importers pay the tariff. They usually pass the cost on to the wholesaler. The wholesaler usually passes the extra cost on to the distributor, and the distributor passes the extra cost on to us, the consumer. So a tariff is just a fancy word for a tax. Right? It's just a tax. That's why prices and inflation skyrocket when you have across the board tariffs. Now that we know how tariffs work, let's get on to the rest of it. You see this old white crusty dude right here? This is Peter Navarro. He's the architect and lack of brains behind this across the board tariff theory of Trump's. Now, even though we've tried that shit twice in our history and both times it collapsed our economy, they're going to try it again. But here's the kicker. All the major and Nobel Prize winning and leading economists, I'll call this dude a kook. He is proof you can go to an Ivy League school and still be a fucking idiot. Even Elon Musk called him a fucking moron. But let me tell you about this guy. This guy right here was discovered by Jared Kushner. Right. That's Trump didn't vet him. Trump didn't know him from Adam. So Navarro wrote this book, Death by China. And unlike most presidents who are coming into office, who already know all their cabinet picks are going to be and all their advisors are going to be, and they've vetted them and interviewed them and all that, Trump didn't do none of that shit. So Trump has Jared Kushner, boy wonder, hey, he accomplished nothing but cashing checks when he was in office and getting rich from the Saudis. He tasked Jared Kushner with finding a economic advisor to the president. So did Jared Kushner go to Goldman Sachs or the major universities or think tanks to find this guy? No, he found Peter Navarro by cruising Amazon books, and he saw the book Death by China books. Look for yourself. By the way, The Hill's a conservative outlet. In all his books, he co-authored to confirm or reaffirm all of his crackpot theories and economic stances. He would quote this financial expert and whiz called Ron Vera. Well, come to find out, all these economists and stuff after his book come out didn't know any financial expert named Ron Vera, and for a good reason, because Ron Vera was actually Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro, Ron Vera is anagram of Navarro. Peter Navarro's last name, Ronvara. So in all his books, he was quoting a fictional version of himself to back up his own crackpot theories, because no real economist or real financial expert would fucking back that shit up. And if you're thinking to yourself, who's this stoner hippie? What the fuck does he know about tariffs and economics? Don't take my word for it. Take Ronnie Reagan's word for it. Listen, when he said about the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, which was across-the-board tariffs, when Congress passed the Smoot-Hawley tariffs in 1930, we were told that it would protect America from foreign competition and save jobs in this country. It's the same line we hear today, and it's the same line we hear in 2025. But the result was what? The Great Depression. 1890, we passed a tariff act. In 1893, what happened? The economy almost collapsed. It's called the Panic of 1893. So now we know how we got here. It was because of a crank economist with a crank theory who was randomly picked off Amazon books by incompetent Jared Kushner, who was tasked to do it by an incompetent Donald Trump. So it's incompetence upon incompetence upon incompetence. You know what I mean? It's just one stumble fuck cluster fuck after another. So that's how we got here, man. I know it sounds crazy because it is, and it's definitely abnormal as hell, but it's the reality we're living in. Sad but fucking true.